Hi, my name is Miss Breland, and I will be doing a lesson for third graders on weather and climate earth science. So, these are the things that we'll be going over. First, I will introduce the standard, then we'll go over the vocabulary, um, then we will do the worksheet, and I will talk about the worksheet that will be given to the students, and so on. And at the end of the week, we'll be going over a worksheet and reviewing it. So number one, standard. So the science standard that I chose was 3ESS2-1. So this standard represents data in tables and graphical displays to describe typical weather conditions expected during a particular season. And then the other standard that I chose was a math standard, MP.5, and this uses appropriate tools strategically. So I would then start my lesson off by doing a group discussion. So I would start off by saying, what is climate? What does weather mean? By doing this, it allows students to kind of open up. I would let students kind of collaborate. So talking with students in groups with the people around them. But not only that, like it's opening up students for collaboration. And I'd probably give them about roughly 10 to 15 minutes. And then at the end, we would come back together as a whole group and kind of discuss as a class by saying, oh, this is what I think, and this is what I think, because everybody has different points of view. I would then give them some positive praises like saying, awesome words, amazing job, you're doing great, right? Number two, vocab. I would then go over the vocabulary. I would click open, or I would demonstrate and show them what the vocabulary is going to be. Sorry. I would demonstrate what the vocabulary is going to be. I would give them the Quizlet. By doing this, you're giving them an opportunity to open up their eyes and expanding. Also for them to study and to work on it with a partner. Later on in the week, I'd give them a fun, cool game, kind of to test where they're at with the vocab. So I'd let the students play a game of Kahoot, kind of just to see where their understanding is um, on the vocabulary. So number three, worksheets. So the worksheet that I would be giving them is a travel agent problem. So the students are a travel agent in this scenario. So they will be analyzing climate and weather for a certain city that the students will be given, and every student will be given the same city. Um, Number one, they will have to observe the temperatures on the graph over the different months. Number two, they will have to observe the precipitation on the graph over the different months as well. And number three, students will be giving task cards for the certain months, and they will have to talk to their partner about what they will have to do. So for this activity, the materials that students will need, I will be giving them the task cards, the worksheet, pencils, and their computers or Chromebooks. So this is the worksheet that the students will be given. Um, so they will be given the city of Seattle. And then on my right hand side, this is the graphs that they will have to be using. Um, so on the worksheet, it says that they are a travel agent. They have to answer questions for their customers. They will have to describe weather during the certain time of year, and so like what type of clothes and what items people have to pack when they visit that certain city. So that brings me into my task cards. Um, So, like for one of the task cards, it says, "What would you bring during the months, like during the coldest months?" So, these task cards are like the customers asking, what am I supposed to bring? What do I have to bring? And so on and so forth. So, a student would work with another student, and each two pairs of students will be given the same task cards, and I want to see their feedback and see if different groups will give different answers. And so at the end of the week, I will give the students a worksheet. So students will get with a partner, and they will complete um, this worksheet on the right hand side. We will then go over the worksheet as a whole. So this worksheet, I'll give them about half of the class period when we start science, just so they have enough time so that they don't feel rushed. If it takes the whole entire time, we can always review it the next day. So we will then go over the worksheet as a whole. If students are still having trouble like on a certain thing, so like number one is about patterns of temperature. Number two talks about patterns of precipitation. Number three talks about like a scenario, and then number four kind of contributes back to number three. So if students are still struggling with the understanding, we can always stay and go over what needs to be go. And that is the end of my lesson. Thank you.